Like I got you right. As a kid, I was really scared and weak. I would let fear control me, and I would give up the moment of failure. I was so fragile to the point even if somebody yelled at me, I would start crying and would completely shut down. I remember this one time in the first grade, I had the wrong book out, and then the teacher yelled at me. And then I remember walking home, crying to my mom, telling her how scared I was of my teacher. Yeah, sure, I was a kid, but as a kid, all I saw within myself was weakness. I was also terrified of doing basic things, like interacting with people, talking to people. I felt so scared of how people thought of me. I would avoid talking to people and spend my days rotting on the couch. But things completely changed. Things completely changed when I started watching anime. When I first started, I completely fell in love with the Dragon Ball series. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was so inspired by the strength of the main characters. At around that time, I remember begging Allah to give me the superpowers that they had. All I ever wanted was to stop being bullied and pushed around like I was nothing. As I continued to watch Dragon Ball Z, seeing Goku transform and completely obliterate his bully made me want to do the same. The only way I was able to replicate this was to scream in my room as loud as I could and flex my muscles as hard as I could. Yes, I tried to turn Super Saiyan. And to see if my efforts of flexing my muscles and screaming as hard as I could, I asked my brother if I had turned Super Saiyan. Yes, I asked him if my hair was blonde, bro. Like, are you insane? And unfortunately, my brother said no. So you're probably wondering, what has Goku taught me? Goku has taught me that strength is important because it can grant you respect. For example, when Goku was just a baby, he fell from space and was left all alone. Over time, thanks to Goku's strength and personality, he was able to gain a bunch of friends. And that was something I struggled with. I didn't have no friends. Yup, I had 0 friends. And unlike me, Goku was never bullied because of his strength. Yes, people feared him. Later on in the series, Goku tries to gain even more power in order for him to protect his friends. To get to this, he goes on a journey to find the ultra divine water. This would increase his strength, but he would have to have a pure heart. If he wanted strength for malicious intent, this water would kill him. Why I mention this is because I wanted to gain strength so that I could seek vengeance on the people who hurt me. But seeing Goku use his powers to protect his friends and spare his enemies was very inspiring. Like, isn't it crazy how he spared Frieza right after he killed his best friend right in front of him? Or when he spared Vegeta right after he tried to invade Earth and killed half of his friends. But what that taught me is that it's better to be loved rather than feared. Another character that taught me from the Dragon Ball series has to be Vegeta. Vegeta, as a little kid, I hated him because all he did was try to kill Goku and all of that. But after Goku showed him mercy, he came back just a better person. He came to Earth, made a family. Yes, he changed his ways of living life, but him as a prideful person never changed. He maintained his Saiyan pride. And what that taught me is that being prideful is important. Yes, the word pride comes with a negative connotation, but overall, being proud of who you are as a person keeps stability within who you are. It maintains you. You are you. His pride also inspired me to stand my ground in my ways of living life. Anyways, let's move on to the next anime that gave me a completely different perspective on life. Back when I was 7 years old, I watched this less known anime called Baby and Me. I would watch it earlier in the morning and would often cry because of how touching it was. The 2 brothers in this show had lost their mother, and I couldn't help but feel their pain. It made me imagine how life would have been without my mom. Though, thanks to this pain, I was able to learn a lot of important life lessons. It showed me that I need to respect my mom, even when times are tough. I mean, she had to take care of me when I was sick, or when I would fall, she would stay there and watch over me at all times. The least I can do is love my mom. I have the privilege to have a mother in my life, but the 2 main characters in this anime don't. They spend the whole show trying to make their life seem normal without their mother, but it's difficult. The 2 boys can't come back from home and tell their mother about their day. They can't feel the warmth of a mother. And this anime taught me to be very, very grateful for my loved ones. And most importantly, my mother. Next, we're going to cover the most goated show of all time. Yes, Attack on Titan. One character that had the most impact on me was Commander Edwin Smith. He taught me so much about leadership and inspired me to fight for the things that I believe in to the end. He inspired me to the very end. To me, Erwin Smith is the perfect representation of willpower. Like, he completely ignored the fact that his arm was completely bitten off and yet still continued to tell the soldiers to fight. He was like, move forward! And I was like, yeah! He's like, yeah! And I was like, yeah! Anyway, Anyways, you get the point. Erwin Smith was a beast, and I freaking love Erwin Smith. Yes, Shinzo, move on, my soldiers, move on. This scene was so incredibly powerful that it brought me to tears. Like I was crying. It's amazing how he never chose to give up, even if it was hurting. That desperation to succeed is something that I thought about while I take a shower and while I take a massive Anyway, Erwin helped me understand that I need to put my all into the things that I want and never back down, no matter what. That's why I have to continue. Of course, I can't continue without mentioning the one and only Eren Yeager. Eren showed me how important it is to fight for my freedom. A lot like Erwin, no matter what happened to him, he never gave up. Like, this man saw his own mother being torn apart, but he didn't cower and quit chasing his dream of being free. It only made him stronger. Like, what? It only pushed him to chase his dream even further. That was so inspiring to me. He also taught me, in order for you to be free, you have to have the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do in life. That's ultimate freedom. Sure, my situation might not be the same as Eren's, but he motivated me to make money so that I could live life freely. I want to use the money I make to explore the world and create new experiences. And I'm not going to stop until I reach my goal. Like my brother, Eren Yeager. I'm gonna be able to make quality content for you guys. In a way, I'm leading my life like Eren Yeager and Tatakai for my dreams. So the next anime took me by surprise. It's a series that reached top of the leaderboards on my anime list. I'm talking about Love is War. This show taught me that a lot of the beliefs that I had was just dumb. I mainly say this because of the two main characters, Kaguya and Shirogane. I only say this because of the way the two main characters, Kaguya and Shirogane, acted with each other. Despite being madly in love with each other, they decided not to confess to each other because they feared rejection. They didn't want to show any vulnerability, and they suffered greatly because of it. I can relate to this because I would avoid showing the deeper parts of myself. I truly believe that if I showed this side to anyone else but my family, they would think that I was cringe or weak out of fear that people would take advantage of me. I just hid most of myself away. However, this anime showed me that there are people who will love me and wouldn't take advantage of me, even if I do show them my vulnerable side. And it also showed me that I shouldn't fear rejection, because rejection is failure and failure is pain, and pain teaches people. Now to get to the final show that inspired me, let's talk about Naruto. This amazing anime has a great cast of characters. Almost every single one of them has a life lesson to teach us, which I can appreciate. But in my case, the one that I related to most was the 7th Hokage himself, Naruto Uzumaki. He taught me that even if things become hopeless, it's important to never give up. If you're not familiar with my current situation, I work every single day for 10 plus hours every day, no breaks. I haven't had a day off in over a year, and life sometimes feels pretty hopeless. It often feels like my life isn't going anywhere, and it makes me want to completely give up. However, thinking about Naruto and how he never gave up, even though people never believed in him, makes me feel emotional, because sometimes it feels like I can't go any further. But watching Naruto push through everything with a strong determination makes me feel like I want to do the same. In the wise words of Naruto, I'm going to become Hokage one day. Believe it! This man reached for the stars and made his dream come true. He inspires me to go even harder on my YouTube channel and become a content creator that everyone can enjoy. Regardless of how hard my life is, I'm going to reach my goal. Believe it! Man, I love Naruto, bro. Shout out my boy Naruto, on God. Sure, many people might think anime is childish and cringe, but those people are really missing out. Anime has the power to completely change your perspective on things, and I highly recommend watching anime. I'm really grateful that you took your time to watch this video to the very end. So, thank you! Fuck. Arigatou gozaimasu! Sleep tight, don't sleep loose, and don't let the bedbugs bite.